Why are so many people crowded together? Are they trying to buy something? No, they are waiting in line for nucleic acid tests. This was the scene at a nucleic acid testing site in Yangzhou, Jiangsu Province on August 5th. If someone in the crowd is infected, what would be the consequences of such a dense crowd? If the authorities believe that no one is infected, what is the point of such a large-scale nucleic acid test? As the scene is playing out, the communist authorities were worried that the residents who needed to be isolated would go out. Several epidemic prevention personnel used steel pipes to lock the doors shut and broadcasted over the loudspeaker that if people inside were caught going out, they will lock the doors. Whether those inside had food or sicknesses was not their concern.
不要出门，一旦发现就封门。人员不要出门，一旦发现就封门。
After the Delta variant spread in Nanjing Lukou Airport in Jiangsu Province on July 20th, the new wave of COVID-19 in China has spread to 17 provinces. As of August 7th, the number of medium and high-risk areas in China has increased to 196, the highest number since the normalization of the outbreak control. According to media reports in China, the source of the outbreak was Flight CA910 from Russia to Nanjing Lukou International Airport, which first infected 9 airport cleaning staff and then spread to airport staff and then to the community. The outbreak then spread rapidly, not only to the Jiangning district of Nanjing, where the airport is located, but also to the whole country through layovers and domestic flights, as well as through people leaving Nanjing. According to the official infection transmission map, confirmed cases from Nanjing Lukou Airport led to infections in Shandong, Sichuan, Liaoning, Guangdong, Anhui, and Chongqing. A confirmed case in Liaoning Province traveled to Zhangjiajie, Hunan Province, which led to the spread of the outbreak in Hunan, Beijing, Hubei, Hainan, and Jiangsu, while a man from Sichuan who contracted the disease in Zhangjiajie spread the virus to Hunan and Ningxia after boarding a tourist ship. Chinese Vice Premier Sun Chunlan went to Nanjing on July 29th to examine the prevention control of the epidemic and asked that all 20,000 people in the airport and high-risk areas of Lukou be quarantined. But Nanjing reported that there are only 7,000 rooms available. Sun then said directly at the conference, "Let those who can find quarantine places do it." Netizens commented that Sun's implying to the staff that if you can't even manage to find quarantine rooms, you should be laid off. Sun's words pushed the Lukou airport staff to move everyone overnight. After the outbreak in Nanjing, several areas where people were infected with the disease were also closed down. The day after the first case of infection was detected in Nanjing, an elderly woman surnamed Mao, who had been infected but was unaware of it, took a bus from Jiangning district to her sister's home in Yangzhou City, Jiangsu Province on July 21st, after which her sister was also diagnosed. In the days leading up to her diagnosis on July 28th, she went to several gatherings to play cards. It is revealed that there are 150 mahjong tables in that room and 600 people were playing mahjong together. Most of them were elderly. Netizens say this is the perfect place for the virus to spread. As of August 5th, Yangzhou has reported 162 confirmed local cases. Many of those infected are in their 70s and 80s. Officials have confirmed that the chain of transmission in Yangzhou is related to patients playing mahjong in those entertainment rooms. The old lady who hid her travel history directly led to the outbreak in Yangzhou and has been detained. The third round of nucleic acid testing in Yangzhou's main city began on August 5th, and Yangzhou citizens rushed to the testing site, as we saw at the beginning of this video. The city of Yangzhou is closed to traffic and work to conduct testing, but the number of confirmed cases is still climbing rapidly. The locals revealed that the scale of this city closure in Yangzhou is larger than last year. Highway and road entrances and exits are closed, but many people are still being pulled away for quarantine every day. At the same time, officials did not inform the residents in advance of the city closure, which has triggered the problem of food shortage and price increase. A video posted by netizens shows that the original bustling shopping malls and entertainment centers are now mostly empty, and there are sterilization trucks on the streets. A netizen revealed that Yangzhou is in very bad condition, including the exponential rise in food prices, with pork costing $9 per pound. Yangzhou has also become isolated. The epidemic is very serious, and the actual situation may be worse than the numbers reveal. Another video shows the entire Union Village in Yangzhou City is being moved to an isolation site in the early hours of August 7th. The video also shows a residential building in Yangzhou where a man tried to escape by jumping from the balcony, but was still caught by the police and forced to the quarantine site. Another major area of this outbreak is Zhangjiajie City, a famous tourist spot in Hunan Province. The root cause of the infections was a large performance staged in Zhangjiajie on the night of July 22nd. On the 26th, Dalian identified 3 asymptomatic infected persons who had transferred to Zhangjiajie at Nanjing Lukou International Airport and attended the performance on July 22nd. The show was held at the charming Xiangxi Grand Theater, which has a capacity of 3,100 people, and because it's the peak season for tourism in the summer, the theater has a daily routine of 4 performances in a row, receiving more than 10,000 people a day. According to media reports, there were more than 2,000 people in the audience on the night of the 22nd, and the audience members sat right next to each other. The outbreak then spread rapidly to Liaoning, Beijing, Shandong, and many other provinces and cities, with Zhangjiajie as the center. A serious epidemic broke out in Hunan province as well. On August 5th, Zhangjiajie City in Hunan issued a notification that 2 areas in the city were promoted to high-risk areas. As of that date, there were 3 areas that were designated as high risk. Currently, the outbreak has spread to at least 12 counties and urban areas in 7 cities in Hunan province, with confirmed cases on the rise in Zhuzhou City, which is now under semi-lockdown. On July 28th, another asymptomatic person was found in Chengdu, Hunan province, and the area where the person was located has been sealed off. On July 30th, 2 more people were tested positive in Ningxiang City, Hunan province, and the Changsha West Railway Station and the high-speed railway station where the person visited has been closed. Yiyang City in Hunan has 1 new case, and the area where the infected person lives is under control. Beijing, another key protection area for the CCP authorities, also discovered 3 local infections on August 1st, all of whom were returning travelers to Beijing from Zhangjiajie. More than 9,500 people have been placed under lockdown in Yangzhou, a town in Beijing's Fangshan district. On August 2nd, a large community with 10,000 people in Beijing's Haidian district was immediately sealed off because of a new confirmed case. All residents could only enter and not leave. Over a dozen public security and medical personnel were stationed on site to assist more than 10,000 residents with nucleic acid testing within 2 days, making this the largest partial area lockdown for epidemic prevention in Beijing this year. Nearby communities are also under semi-lockdown. Only residents can enter and exit with a permit. No delivery staff can enter the community. Hundreds of courier goods piled by the entrance, and households can only ask the community manager to hand the goods through the gate. There is also a video posted by netizens showing that you can't enter at night when you get home from work, because the area is closed and the door is welded shut. As the center of the Communist Party, Beijing authorities have ordered strict defense and security at all costs to ensure the capital's safety. Video shows large numbers of foreign vehicles being heavily inspected at toll booths entering Beijing. But even with the rigorous checks, the virus is still spreading rapidly. In addition to the cases found in Huilongguan in Chongqing district and Yankun town in Fangshan district recently, cases were also reported in Wangjing Street in Chaoyang district on August 4th. The street and surrounding areas were sealed off, and a large number of protective personnel quickly arrived. An epidemic also broke out in Zhengzhou City, Hunan province, which had just experienced massive floods. On July 31st, a cleaner at the 6th People's Hospital of Zhengzhou City tested positive. Subsequently, the Haiyu Garden building where she lives was sealed off. On August 3rd, a video posted on the internet shows many people in the building shouting out the windows, "Help! Help! Is there any food? Is there anyone to take care of us?" The video has become viral on the internet. The video publisher wrote that the scene is from the 3rd floor of Haiyu Garden. The building's main door is locked, and takeout cannot be delivered. Many residents are about to starve since no one prepared anything in advance. On August 4th, A nurse from the Six People's Hospital of Zhangjiajie City confirmed that she attended a wedding banquet of more than 800 people on July 20th, which aroused great attention. At present, the wedding and hotel staff who hosted the banquet have undergone 2 rounds of nucleic acid testing. According to the paper, as of August 4th, Zhengzhou Transportation Group mobilized 21 buses and transferred more than 1,000 patients and doctors from the hospital overnight to other places for isolation. In addition, Wuhan, which was initially closed to the public due to the pandemic, had its first local case again on August 2nd. The authorities in Wuhan are currently taking strict measures, and the area surrounding the case is under lockdown, with no one allowed to enter or leave the area. As of August 5th, 104 communities and 56 areas in Wuhan have been sealed off and controlled. The lockdown communities and construction sites have restricted movement of personnel. The city of Wuhan requested 26 medical units to deploy more than 1,500 people to initiate a full-scale nucleic acid test for 11 million citizens. Then it was announced that the authorities had built 31,300 isolation wards overnight. As of the 5th, the city has prepared 39,800 isolation rooms, 30,600 have been used, and 8,500 more are expected to be used in the next 3 days. Videos uploaded by locals shows the crowd at the nucleic acid testing site. People were shouting and screaming, and from time to time, conflicts and fights broke out. A member of the epidemic prevention staff in Wuhan fainted due to the hot weather and huge workload. On August 5th, the entire street of Dacheng Road, once the busiest area of Wuhan and home to the largest vegetable market in Wuchang district, was sealed off and patrolled by police. After another outbreak in Wuhan, people were once again in a panic. Based on past experience, people are now stocking up on food and scurrying for supplies, and vegetables at many supermarkets are sold out. A man who has been delivering meals to his elderly parents was unable to enter the Evergreen Garden neighborhood in Wuhan after it was closed without notice, leaving a 91-year-old and another in her 80s with no one to take care of them. In addition, an outbreak was detected in Chongqing. A couple traveling in Zhangjiajie from July 21st to 24th were unaware of the outbreak and returned home to Chongqing's Yubei district on July 25th because they had no symptoms. They went to Chengdu after July 27th and learned that there was a source of infection in Zhangjiajie, then tested positive in Chengdu. After learning the news, the community in Chongqing's Yubei district, where their home is located, was closed off by the authorities on the evening of July 28th, and the area had to conduct nucleic acid testing overnight. On July 30th, 2 confirmed local cases were found in Jiangning district, Chongqing, and the city was closed to traffic. The Shuangfu Expressway toll station was closed, and all supplies in the supermarket were sold out. On July 27th, a family of 3 in Qingyang district, Chengdu City, Sichuan Province, were tested positive. Nucleic acid tests were performed overnight. Several communities have been placed under surveillance, and several streets have been closed. It is said that 10 people were taken to isolation sites. In Chengdu, a total of 5 people were diagnosed on July 27th to 28th, and tests are being conducted in Wuhou district and Gaoxin district. Roads and shopping malls are also closed. On August 6th, a netizen filmed a video revealing that a train passing through Baoding in Hebei province found infected contacts. The entire train was asked to get off for nucleic acid testing, after which everyone was isolated. Although officials say no confirmed cases or infections have been found, the authorities are already on the alert and are treating all close contacts as confirmed cases. In the northwest of China, Inner Mongolia has also been hit by the virus, and on August 5th, the Hunan Municipal Health Committee reported that a confirmed case was found in the Hailar district. Shinbao district, where the person resides, is now closed off and surrounding roads are blocked. In the meantime, a cargo handler was also confirmed at the Haikou Mainline International Airport, and the airport's international cargo terminal was immediately closed. The entire airport is currently going through tests, and the official report says the number of people tested is expected to exceed 14,000. With a highly contagious variant of the Delta virus spreading across at least 17 provinces in the mainland, the Chinese Communist Party faces a new dilemma. How will they continue the superiority of the system and zero tolerance in fighting the pandemic that they once boasted about? Earlier this year, the CCP claimed to have succeeded in fighting the epidemic, and Xi Jinping even said the leadership and system superiority of each country in dealing with the global pandemic of COVID-19 is clearly evident. Now that international scientists recognize that COVID-19 is not going away anytime soon, countries like the UK are now explicitly encouraging people to learn to live with the virus. The costly zero-tolerance measures implemented by the CCP to combat the virus is city closure, which is now being severely challenged. Not only that, but the closure of neighborhoods of 10,000 people, the forced evacuation of entire buildings, and the mandatory nucleic acid testings of millions of people, often with violence and other coercive measures due to poor organization, are making all the people suffer. So why are the Chinese authorities so strict in controlling the pandemic? In addition to the above-mentioned protection of its so-called leadership and system superiority, another important reason is the mentality of the officials. The priority of CCP officials has always been to keep their political power, and the interest of the people can always be sacrificed for their positions and their achievements. Although city lockdown can affect people's lives and economic development, the pandemic can be used as an excuse for poor economic development, so they won't be criticized. But once any communist authority violates the pandemic prevention and control that they are so proud of, then it's a serious political mistake that can lead to punishment or removal from office. For example, Feng Jun was the party secretary and chairman of the board of directors of Nanjing Lukou International Airport, which is the first airport to announce an outbreak. He was removed from his post on July 23rd, just after he was promoted to chairman of the Eastern Airport in November last year. He has never had any experience in airport management before, and his work was mostly in party affairs. Now, he has been exposed by the authorities and criticized by the party media. A number of local officials in Nanjing have also been disciplined. Among them, the vice mayor of Nanjing, Hunan, was given an administrative demerit, and the director of the Municipal Health Committee was removed from his post. On July 31st, there were multiple suspected cases in Zhangjiajie, and Fu Guirong, director of the Zhangjiajie Municipal Health Commission, was removed from her post. Last year, she was named individual leader in the national effort of fighting the coronavirus. For many CCP officials, promotions and demotions are only a step away. If they don't follow the policies of the party, one cannot predict what might happen to them in the next moment.